Working as a personal shopper lets you earn extra cash on a flexible schedule, and one popular service that you can shop for is Shipt. I recently signed up to be a Shipt shopper and tried it out for a couple of weeks to show you what the process is like. Stick around to the end to hear how much I made as a Shipt shopper in Lexington, Kentucky. I'll show you how to get started, how much you can expect to make, and how to maximize your earnings. The service allows members to order groceries and other household essentials from Target, Meijer, Costco, H-E-B, CVS, and other retailers. Once a customer places an order, nearby personal shoppers are alerted. After a shopper claims the order, he or she will shop and deliver the items to the customer. All you need to start is a reliable vehicle and working smartphone. To see if it's available in your area, enter your zip code online. Get started by downloading the Shipt Shopper app for iOS or Android. Open the app and click Apply Today. You can also visit the website if you'd rather apply online. Either way, you'll need to enter your name, email address, and zip code. Additionally, Shipt will collect your address, age, some details about your vehicle, and your shirt size. You'll get a free Shipt shirt in the mail along with your Shipt credit card once the company approves your application. During the application process, you will have to provide a few written responses to questions about what you'd do in scenarios related to substitutions and deliveries. You'll also have to submit a video response introducing yourself and describing 3 traits that would help you provide quality customer service as a Shipt shopper. Finally, you'll need to fill out a Shipt shopper agreement, W-9, and background check consent form. Once you're finished with the initial paperwork, you'll have to wait for a spot to open up. 3 days after I applied, my application was approved. 6 days after approval, my Shipt shirt and credit card arrived in the mail. Once you've received and activated your Shipt credit card, you'll be ready to begin taking orders. As a Shipt shopper, you'll have a flexible schedule, but you'll only make money when you claim and deliver orders. When you open the Shipt app, you'll see available orders in your area. There are 2 ways that you can get orders. First, orders that you see in Open Metro are available for you to claim. Second, you can click the Schedule tab to select which hours you're available to work up to a week ahead. If you're on the schedule and an order comes in, it will be offered to you directly, and you'll receive a notification. From there, you can choose whether or not you want to claim the order. When an order becomes available to claim, you'll see an estimated payment range, such as $6 to $7 or $12 to $15. This is how much Shipt will pay you for completing the order. If a promo is available for that order, you can earn an extra $1 to $15 if you complete it. You'll be able to see the promos before you decide whether or not to claim an order. In addition to Shipt's order pay and promos, personal shoppers also keep 100% of customer tips, which customers typically add after a delivery is completed. Before you decide whether to claim an order, you can click on the store's logo to preview the shopping list and click on the location button to see how far you'll have to drive. You can also see the estimated Shipt pay, expected delivery window, whether the order can be dropped off early, if it's prepaid, and more. Once you claim an order, you'll be able to see additional details including the customer's name, substitution preferences, and the order total. The app also provides time estimates that can help you figure out when to start shopping. You'll want to begin before the delivery window. You may want to set an alarm for yourself if you won't be shopping immediately. When it's time to start shopping, open the app, click on the My Orders tab, choose the order you're about to begin, and follow the steps in the app. Generally, you'll start by sending an introductory text that's automatically generated for you, but you can personalize it. This allows the customer to contact you during the shopping trip. Then, you'll begin working your way through the shopping list. You'll notice that above each product, you can see the section of the store and the aisle number where the product's located. This can save you tons of time while looking for products. The app turns your phone's camera into a barcode scanner so that you can easily track products as you add them to your shopping cart. Depending on the customer's substitution preference, you may have to text them, choose a backup product, or skip an item if something's out of stock. Once you've completed the order, you'll want to send another text to the customer to check for any last-minute additions. Then, you can review your shopping cart in the app and use a self-checkout station to process the order and bag the groceries. If the order isn't marked as prepaid, you'll need to use your Shipt credit card to pay for it. Then, you can let the customer know you're on your way. After you arrive at the delivery address, you'll either hand the order to the customer or drop it off at their doorstep if they requested contact-free delivery. I usually send a final text letting them know that I've dropped off the order and thank them for choosing Shipt. Once you've completed an order, you'll be able to mark it as delivered in the app. You can visit your delivery history to see exactly how much you made from Shipt Pay, but in my experience, you may not see a tip added until later that day or even up to a week later. If the customer does add a tip, you'll receive a notification. You'll receive payments via direct deposit to the bank account you listed when signing up. Shipt pays shoppers weekly on Fridays for the work completed the previous Monday through Sunday. Because of the job's extreme flexibility, earnings can vary greatly between one Shipt shopper and another. Of course, how much you can make will also depend on where you live and what days and times you're available to work. I've been a shopper for Shipt in Lexington, Kentucky, and picked up shifts during evenings and weekends. I earned anywhere from $15 to $22 an hour. Over the course of 2 full weeks, I earned $320.76 by taking 13 orders. That means I made an average of $24.67 per order. In general, I spent between an hour to an hour and a half shopping for and delivering each of those orders. Here, you can see my delivery history and the amount I've earned each week so far. Because tips make up a big portion of payment, what you'll earn per order can vary greatly. Of course, there are expenses including some wear on your car and gas. Also, as a freelance Shipt shopper, you'll need to withhold your own taxes. Even taking these expenses into consideration, it's still possible to make $10 or $20 an hour or more. To maximize your earnings as a Shipt shopper, follow these tips. First, know what you're shopping for and where it's located. You'll be able to preview your list ahead of time. Plus, you can see the aisle numbers above each product and sort your shopping list by category to make the process smoother. Also, arrive at the store early to avoid running short on time and delivering an order late. You never know how long traffic, substitutions, or the checkout line will take. Second, provide excellent customer service. Tips can significantly raise your earnings, so this one is really important. Once you've claimed an order, communicate clearly with the customer. If they want to be contacted for substitutions, text them with available options. I also send a final text when I drop off orders and thank the customers for choosing Shipt. Third, try to schedule yourself to work on Sundays and Mondays. In my experience, a lot of bigger grocery orders are placed at the beginning of the week. Putting yourself on the schedule for Sundays and Mondays gives you an opportunity to get those bigger weekly orders. You'll be able to claim multiple orders in the same hour after you've been using Shipt for a while. This is a great way to increase your earnings once you're comfortable with the app and the stores where you're shopping. But again, you won't be able to do this until you've completed 10 orders. Finally, don't be afraid to take smaller orders. Sometimes orders with less than 5 items still total over $100 and can lead to an incredible tip. Plus, if you get an offer for an order, you'll boost your acceptance rating by claiming it. Shoppers with a higher acceptance rating typically see orders first, so this can help you earn more over time. Overall, I have loved being a Shipt shopper for the past few weeks. It can be a great way to earn extra money, and applying for the job was easy. Once you're approved and your card arrives in the mail, you'll be able to start claiming orders. Here are the major benefits and drawbacks I've found. First, the job is extremely flexible. You can choose when and where you want to shop. You'll also be able to see nearly all of an order's details before choosing whether or not to accept it. The app is incredibly user-friendly, which makes the process really smooth, and you'll get to keep 100% of the tips that customers leave. Depending on when you can work and where you live, there also may not be orders available every day. One weekend that I was on the schedule, I didn't get a single order offer. Finally, the payment is slightly delayed. After working Monday through Sunday, you won't receive a paycheck until the following Friday. You'll also need to report your earnings at the end of the year and pay the appropriate taxes. Have you ever worked as a personal shopper? Tell us about your experience in the comments below. Watch some of our other videos and subscribe to our channel for even more ways to earn extra cash. Plus, you can always learn more at Clark.com.